Hello everybody, my name is Connor and welcome back to Noblasta TCG, where I post my games, learn from my misplays, and count on your feedback to grow. Today we are playing Lim into Zoro and Sanji. Zoro and Sanji, actually pretty good this set. And honestly, he's a really fun leader to play, or they're a really fun leader to play. I am considering building this myself, but right now we are on Lim, and our opening hand is looking pretty good. We rarely see that one-drop Lim, and I think that one-drop Lim is so good early game for keeping our board alive, basically, and that's exactly what we are going to do. One Dawn, play Lim, restand herself, and pass. Now, before we get too deep in the game, I do want to remind you guys that if you want to go above and beyond to support the channel, there are lots of links to do that down below. But the best way to support the channel is just to watch my videos, subscribe, and of course, if you are feeling extra generous, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Lim grind. Let me know what you are playing for OP-13, or just say hi. Any of that is appreciated, but my opponent is going to go ahead and play down the Perona Searcher, searching for a slash type character. Going to see what they can find here. Lots of good cards can go into this Zoro and Sanji deck, and this Zoro and Sanji deck can be extremely aggressive, so I am a little concerned about that. Thankfully, we have some 1Ks in our hand, but with this list that I'm currently running, I just feel like I don't see, I either have all my 2Ks or none of my 2Ks, but we are going into a tournament with a different list, but he is going to go ahead and take that 4-drop Zoro, and pass the turn. We'll start with a 5 to lead, see if we can get some cards out of hand, and good chance we're just going to go ahead, tap 3, Lim ability, get that Dawn rested, and play Doflamingo. Lim will restand Doflamingo, and we will pass, getting a blocker on board early. Pretty solid. We do have the Enel. I'd like to establish the, what is his name? The Sabo. Sabo, really good for card draw. Enel is technically card draw, but I've been thinking a lot about that 3-cost event. I know one of you guys commented that you're running it. One of you guys also commented that you're running 8-cost Katakuri, and I love that idea. That's awesome. But Mihawk looked like they were going to go ahead and play out the Cavendish, bounce the Mihawk to hand, restand Cavendish, and we will take getting a Lim there. Drawing into our 10-cost Shanks. Pretty interesting choices we have. Nothing really too crazy we can play. We could swing pretty aggressively with Dofi and restand and swing with the Mihawk, or we could establish the Sabo on the field. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do about that here, but we are going to start with a 7 to lead. I'm thinking we're going to do 7 with lead, and then 7 with the Mihawk. Yep, 7 with lead. We get a 2K, 1K out of their hand for the first 7. Second 7 they will go ahead and take, dropping them down to 2 life already. Lim ability for the Mihawk. Mihawk ability, another 7. Gonna go ahead. A lot of pressure. We are applying a lot of pressure, which is great. That's kind of what we need to do. I want to be pressuring him harder than he can pressure me. Ideally, that is the goal of the One Piece trading card game, I think, but another 2K, 1K. End of turn, Doflamingo will restand himself, and then Lim will restand Mihawk. So, it's so nice to see my board and have them not be rested, not have everything rested. That's why I really like that Lim, and it does have a little bit of KO protection, which is great. Our hand is looking okay. I would love to see more 2Ks, but not really having the 2Ks we need. We do have a Hell's Judgment. Hell's Judgment can be really useful in this matchup. I really like Hell's Judgment. But yeah, I'm looking at a couple lists, thinking about dropping it. Not sure though, not sure. Really like the idea of the 8-cost Mihawk, 8-cost Katakuri though. I think that's really cool. And it does make sense. It does tie into leader ability. It ramps Dawn, it restands, and that's a big 8K body on the field. But we are gonna see the Smoker come down, get a Smoker ability to restand a Dawn, and potentially trying to figure out how to optimize his swinging. There is a world where he bounces Smoker back to his hand. It doesn't feel great, but 2 7Ks is pretty annoying at this point since I don't have any 2Ks. Decides to just go ahead and swing pretty big with the Cavendish, and we'll go ahead and take getting another Saba. Once again, no 2Ks. He does end up trashing Arlong, which is good for us. That means we are going to be able to swing as freely as we want with Lim. One more Dawn, gonna attach to Leader. Potentially swing another 7 and restand the Cavendish. Perhaps bouncing the Smoker. Yeah, decides to bounce Smoker, restand Cavendish. And it looks like I'm thinking about countering. Give me 2 1Ks for the, oh yeah, for the 6K, yes. I was like, I don't know if I did that right. But he decides not to swing the Cavendish there, so I was going to block with the Doflamingo, but I'm okay not blocking with the Doflamingo here. Gotta figure out what we want to do. I think here would be a good time to establish the Sabo, and not at 10 done yet, so we can't use our Shanks, but 7, such a good number to swing into these 5K leaders, so we are going to be swinging 7 at the leader. We're going to see if we can get more cards out of hand. Yep, 2K, 1K again. We've had him pitch 6 cards by just swinging 7, which is great. We love seeing the hand size dwindle down. He is going to go ahead and take this 7, another 7 with Lim here. Yeah, just swinging a ton of 7s. I think we know he has the Smoker in hand. Going to go ahead and get his last life. If we had another Mihawk, this would be a really solid turn. Trying to decide what I want to do. Do I play out Enel? Do I play out the Sabo? Possibly thinking about Enel here. I think either is pretty good. We are going to go ahead and ramp our final Dawn. And it looks like we do decide to play out the Sabo. End turn, Doflamingo will restand himself, and Lim is going to restand the Sabo. Not super worried about losing the Mihawk at this point, and we do have 2 Dawn up for our Hell's Judgment. That's going to be really good into Zoro and Sanji. Of course, if we minus Cavendish, that minus stays throughout the turn, not just the battle. So yeah, pretty decisive game here, I think. I mean, we've just been able to kind of see it all. I know my buddy's list was not super updated, so hopefully next time we play, it will be updated. I know he mentioned that he didn't even consider about all the cards in this new set that would be great for this leader, and yeah, I mean, a lot of the film package, really good for Zoro and Sanji. I think he's kind of already run a lot of the older film stuff too, so I mean, it just cheats out bodies. You're able to bounce things back to your hand with leader ability. Pretty solid deal, if you ask me. We are going to see the Vanderdecken come down. Vanderdecken going to get rid of our Mihawk. A little unfortunate there, but now he has a target that he can bounce back to his hand. A really good target he can bounce back to his hand, honestly. Looks like he's going to be tapping 2 for the Hoshiro, and instead of, it will rest it, but instead of KOing it, I will rest the Sabo to protect it. Gonna see which one they want to remove more, the Lim or Sabo. Yeah, they are gonna swing 2 into Lim, and I will let it go at this point. Maybe I should have let it go just regardless, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Because we do have a couple of counter in hand, and we are sitting in a spot where we'll be able to Hell's Judgment and minus. So yeah, he is going to go ahead and swing the 7 into Cavendish. I will Hell's Judgment -3. -3, this is going to prevent him really from swinging, but he is going to get to do a little bit of cycle with the Cavendish. Such a good card to cycle. I can't even see what that card is he discarded. I need to upgrade my glasses. So, he is deciding if he wants to if he wants to even attack. And I'm telling him, like, yeah, you can swing, it won't go through, but you can bounce something back to your hand at least and restand, and you'll get another swing if he wants. Of course, he doesn't really have the Dawn for another swing. Vi agrees. I don't know if you guys heard her. But I think that's, unless he's got a counter event in hand, I think that's probably the best plan. There are no blockers on his side of the field, and we do have our 10 cost Shanks. And yeah, so just trying to decide how much Dawn he wants to swing here. I agree, Vi. It's a close one. It's a tough decision. Gonna actually decides to just go ahead and tap 2 to play down the little blocker. I can't remember his name, but with that, we are gonna go ahead and draw into another limb, which is pretty nice. And we have an opportunity to, I think there's a world where we can end game here. I think establishing the 10 cost is really good here. There is also, depending on what he plays, he could play something like a Hody or something big and scary. I feel like there is a world where he could take it next turn, so I kind of have to finish it this turn. Trying to decide, do I play the 10 Shanks or do I just swing? We are going to go ahead and play 10 Shanks, re-stand all 10 of our Dawn, and trying to figure out the best course of action here. Trying to decide how we want to swing. Gotta have our foil Pudding Dawn up top. 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 at lead is going to go ahead and get the blocker. At this point, swinging with Sabo is going to get us a card. So gonna draw off of that. Gonna get another 10 Shanks. A little unfortunate, but that is all we needed. A little bricked up there. And wow, there's 2 aces. There's 2 of our 2Ks. But yeah, we saw what we really needed. Seeing Lim early is so good in this Lim deck. I'm hoping that buying the 2 alt arts I did, they'll show up a little more. That's the dream. But yeah, gonna take a new list at the next tournament I go to. So you guys might see 1 or 2 more games with this list. And then yeah, we're gonna be trying a new list. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
すぐに片付けますのでご安心を。これじゃあキリがねえ。麦わら